may turn out to be a very, very, very bad idea. Haven't played basketball in about 2.5 years. I'm gonna go play with the guys at work. At least it's indoor. Hopefully I don't break something or die. So if you don't see this uploaded, I died. What's going on, guys? Back again. Trying to finish off the vlog for Sunday/Saturday. As you can see in the last video, I had a lot of issues with Advanced Auto Parts with getting the right axle. They kept giving me the axle for a 2.0, so it was kind of a long process to finally get the right axle for the VR ordered, which I have now in the back of the GTI finally. They had to go through a whole process. Pretty much had to return the 2-liter axle and then put that credit towards the VR axle. It's just a pain in the butt. But now I finally have the car. I can put it back together today, hopefully. Get it back in the garage and drive it, actually, because it's been on jack stands for 2 days. So hopefully when I get home, I'll be able to do that. The weather looks okay, and I'm not expecting any rain. It shouldn't take me too long to slip it in and get the car buttoned up and back in one piece. So let's get to it. All right, back home with the axle. The right axle this time. So didn't get this on the last one. Gasket, brand new hardware, and the axle that fits. See that? That's a VR spline. Axle grease. So let's get this in the car real quick. Well, she made it back into the garage under her own power, so axle's fixed. I did notice that there is a shot tie rod end on that side. I think I have some spares, so I could swap that out probably next week or so. Put the bumper back on, finish up the wiring for the E-codes and the side markers, get it aligned again because I just took everything apart, and she should be good to go. I'm still having a small little water leak. I'm gonna see how the rate is over the next couple days as it sits in the garage. If not, then we'll be driving it. Tomorrow I'll probably pull it out, wash it, and take it for a spin. I don't know, maybe take it to work one day this week and give it a real good test. So for now, she's done and she's good. What's going on, guys? Back in the garage again to finish off this week's vlog. Finally have the axle in and installed, and the car made its way back into the garage under its own power, obviously. Christian's here doing some kind of weird dance. Oh yeah, his VR6 is almost done. He sent a whole bunch of pictures. I'm sure you'll see that this week in the vlog. Today is put the bumper back on, put the grill back in, and wire up the E-code, city lights, and the side markers on the fenders, and then
race it on the highway.
Race it on the highway, Fast and Furious style. I think that'll be it. If I can get to action this week sometime, I'll go for an alignment and it'll be done. If not, next week sometime, because now that school's back in, there's no time to do anything.
And so, now that you're about to lose your side of the road,
yeah, well,
listen, when they cut that out and it drops like 6.5 feet, I don't know how you're getting out of here.
Well,
or how I'm getting in here.
This car might not go anywhere.
Yeah, they opened the new side, which is awesome. I was like, man,
oh yeah,
Greg's side's not gone, but they didn't open the side yet.
I think they're gonna do it like hopefully fast, like within a week.
All I know is how they dug the last side out. It dropped, like, not exaggerating, like 1.5 feet, and it was bad. Well,
we'll see what happens. As long as the end result is smooth blacktop.
With the first half is
it's so good, right? As long as that happens, I'm good.
It's so much fun just to get on it. Oh, so nice. How all roads should be.
Yeah, especially in Florida, since we have no snow and ice, so all the roads should be perfectly flat. But anyways, I'm gonna jump in on this, get this all wired up, get all the connections done, and that'll be it for today. Alright, so essentially what you need to do is, if you're gonna wire up your E-codes, if you have the the D-plug harness. Down here, you have the D-plug harness that comes with 2 extra wires, ground and positive. That's what you're gonna hook into your park lights. So you find your park light plug down here. It's the one with the 3 on there. You'll have, I think ground is in the middle. You have power for your park light and then power for your turn signal. So you just tap into the ground, tap into the park light wire, and every time you turn on your park lights with your E-code switch, you will get the little bulb inside your E-codes to light up. And then in the same fashion, we're gonna hook up the wiring for the side markers in the same kind of way, except we're gonna wire that into the turn signal part. So when you hit your turn signal, the light will come on and flash, or your hazards. We're not gonna do it the old JDM style of running with your park lights, because that's ricey and I don't like it. So let's get started. So what I have here as for tools, I have my soldering iron from work because it works absolutely phenomenally. Some solder, wire that I've connected onto the harnesses for the side markers that I did in a couple videos back. And that's it. I have some heat shrink somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. I'm either going to use heat shrink or tack cables, which I have to look for. When I find them, I'll show you guys. We're going to use these to tie in the wires without any real big amounts of cutting. So you just put your jumper wire in there and the wire that you're hooking it onto. Squeeze this metal piece here and it cuts into the wire and makes the connection. So I have a bunch of these. This is what we're going to use for a fast, easy connection. Also, you're going to want to get a voltage meter or a fluke. Well, even though the Fluke is the name of the brand, you want to get yourself a multimeter. That way you can test your electrical connections. If you're doing work on your car, any kind of electrical stuff, you're going to want to get one of these or any other kind of model, because it's not really safe to use a test light, because if your car has an airbag still, which mine doesn't, but if your car has an airbag, bridging that circuit with a test light can actually set your airbag off or any other kind of electronics that you may have. You don't want anything to go wrong, especially with the newer cars. With all the computers running everything, you don't want to use that. So these are safe to use for any kind of just checking to see what has power and what doesn't have power. So if you don't have one and you work on your car, you need to get one. It's a real good sound investment.
Save.
All right, got one side done. Just did the test to make sure I did it right, which I didn't, because in my head I was thinking E-code park light, E-code park light, and then I went and wired up the turn signal, and it stayed on. So hit my hazards. Got a flashing light.
So fancy, so Euro.
Now you can see how I'll say all Mark III wiring is going to be the same. So if you're looking at your harness, careful, like I am, your front turn signal harness, your ground is in the middle, that one, and the one to your left, or to its left, is the one for your turn signal. The one for your right, obviously, that's the one we're going to tap into for our E-codes, so we can get a park light activation. Alright, so all the wiring's done. I didn't show most of it after I did the big old explanation because it's pretty self-explanatory. We have blinking side markers. E-codes are wired up.
Wow.
That's how we do it, pretty much.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Everything in the back is working still.
Yeah. You gotta do these still, my friend.
Yeah, that's the next mod. And what I'll probably do is what I wanted to do before is what I did on my stock taillights. I broke out the yellow amber out of the turn signal so that they don't flash yellow. You could put a yellow bulb in there if you want to, but in the sun you could see the yellow amber piece during like the daytime, and it makes a big difference when you take that out.
It's weird seeing a Mark III with just this again, because mine had the full for so long. I'm so used to seeing the full. It looks weird seeing just the ends.
Man, it is dark out here. This camera's not doing us any justice. Well, anyway, I think probably, I don't know if I'll get to it this week, but I am going to do the 4 brake light mod that I had before on my previous trunk.
Wow.
Just like that. She's back together. Back together. Now for the ultimate bulb test. Hopefully everything works.
The front end is 1. That's not being very good. Actually, we're missing an HID on the side. We have light. No light.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ow!
Smack it. Smack it.
We have to smack it.
Hold on. Stand by.
Hold on. This is what you do. Off, on.
And there it is.
When you have old bulbs and old ballasts and all that stuff.
Oh, we're missing this now too, Greg. Greg, no! Another one.
Oh no! No, I think that bulb blew.
Oh.
To be 100% honest.
Almost there.
Okay, so
Almost
this
there.
is what we have. Side markers working with turn signal, as you can see at the same time. Flashing, flash, flash. These HIDs are giving me problem probably because the battery's not on and they're HIDs. They're gonna be going soon because I'm putting LEDs. I'm gonna be putting LED bulbs in.
Comes off for a second. There's
Or you can do that. And city lights. So now let me check on that dead bulb over there, and that's it. This video's gonna be dark, can't see anything. Alright, this is what I meant with the tail light. As you can see, the factory one, there's no yellow amber piece because I broke it out. Man, I did this like 3 years ago, I think.
That's forever ago.
Yeah, maybe even 4 years. I don't know. This is like one of the first things, not one of the first things I ever did, but I saw that in there and I was like, I wonder if I can get that piece out. And I literally just took a Dremel to it and then just plucked the pieces out. I didn't even bother with the heating up and taking off the outside glass because I didn't want to risk cracking the lenses. So I'm going to do the same thing to the all smoked just for the look. This makes, it might not seem like a super important mod, but it stands out when your car is next to other cars with these tails. Now that most of the engine work is done, the last piece, and we can just rest that right there. Good to go.
That's good. I got a phone over.
Fine, I'll put it back the right way.
Brian, no phone. Stop on.
Christian was playing with my piece,
Fine.
playing with my engine cover, and he lost one of the bolts
Okay,
now.
it didn't fall all the way through.
Lost one. No, it didn't fall all the way through. Now you gotta find it. Oh my gosh. I know. Now I have to take the whole car apart.
Remember my sensor that fell? I got caught like on top of the car. I didn't find until my.
It's gotta be on top of the trans somewhere.
No, it went this way, I think.
When that. Oh no! Gone forever.
No, that's fine.
Well, now that Christian is beating up my son, well, with whatever's going on here, I found a metal intake pipe. This is from Jersey's car, the old Obedy 1 intake. You can see it has a sensor in the bottom. So I'm gonna paint it black, see how it looks, and maybe give it a try for tomorrow. See, I don't know, see if I like it. If not, I'll just get the intake pipe made. Well, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. The car is somewhat back together, all in one piece. Just a little bit of wire cleaning up of the wiring I just have to do. Probably do that tomorrow. A new bulb for that front passenger side turn signal. The rest of the car seems to be ready to go. I still have the small I mean, it's a tiny little leak. The car sat here for almost what, a week, and only about the size of 2 quarters together dripped on the ground. So I'll address that in the future. As for everything else, just needs an alignment and then she's ready to go. I'm probably gonna pull her out tomorrow and clean her up. She needs a bath. She's incredibly dirty. But with that being said, if you like what you see, do all those things that people on YouTube tell you to do. I'm not gonna tell you, but I will say we are getting close to the 500 subscribers. Once again, once we get to 500 subscribers, I'm definitely going to be giving away the OMP pedal set to a lucky subscriber. So don't forget, follow me on Instagram at LaserShark. Description is at the end of the video, and subscribe to the channel, because I think we're about 100 away. Once we get 100 more subscribers, those pedals are going to a lucky person. And that's it. So I will see you guys next time in the garage. Peace.